In this video, I'll show you the 3 things you must do if you want to succeed with Amazon KDP. Now, I wanted to make this video because even though the concept is very simple, so many people don't do this. Somehow people go and think that they don't have to do these 3 things, and because of that, they go and fail with Amazon KDP. So in this video, I wanted to break down exactly why you have to understand this concept. If you're new to the channel, my name is Sean. I made over 7 figures from my own books doing Amazon KDP. And I make these videos because I do have a Amazon KDP coaching program, which I'm hoping that after making these videos, I help you make more money. You can then come back to us, work with us so we can help you scale your business even more. Which, if you want to learn more about how that works, then you can check out the first link in the description below. And finally, before we move forward, I just want to say that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a real business, and real business takes time and effort to build. I'm not guaranteeing any results. Just because I share my own results or my students' results that are absolutely crushing it, that does not guarantee that you will do the same. I got a full disclaimer in the description, so please go ahead and read that. And with that being said, let's go into the 3 crucial elements for Amazon KDP. And again, this sounds basic. Like when you hear 3 crucial elements, not a lot of people will click on this video and watch this because it's not something that people usually, react to. But you really have to understand this if you want to succeed in KDP. So essentially these 3 elements are research, product, and marketing. And for whatever reason, people think you can skip one of these and still succeed. You need all 3 of these elements. You have to nail all 3 of these elements to succeed with KDP. This is a non-negotiable. It's not something that you can get away with, okay? You need to do all 3 because if you skip even just one, it's going to mess up the entire thing. And I'm going to tell you exactly how. First one, if you skip research, okay? So let's say you create an amazing product, super high quality book. You are marketing it exceptionally well, but because you skipped the research, right? No one is buying the product. Why is that? Because you didn't check if the topic was profitable before you even made it, right? So you went ahead and created this book, and even if it's good, right? Even if you're marketing it, if there's no demand on the topic, if no one else is even looking for a book on the topic, then you're not going to make any sales. A lot of people come and join our coaching program with a book already written. And they come to us saying, hey, I already have this book. It's a passion project of mine. Can you show me how I can sell this? Because no one is buying it. And oftentimes when we check the topic of the book, we do the research on Amazon. And a lot of times, unfortunately, there's no demand, meaning no one else is buying books on these topics. And for that reason, nothing we do in terms of marketing is going to save this. Like it's not going to make it start selling all of a sudden. Literally nothing you do matters. Like no matter how much money you spend on ads, no matter how much social media content you post, if no one's interested in the topic, then again, there's nothing you can do. Like I can spend $10 million advertising a book on the science of paper towels, right? And how paper towels are created. Well, no one will buy it because no one cares about that. So if you're doing Amazon KDP, if you're writing a book as a passion project, feel free to do it, right? I'm not saying don't do it, but don't expect to make money if you're skipping the research phase entirely. And if you're doing this as a business, right? If you're trying to make money from this, then you better do market research before you write the book. So you might be asking, how do you do market research? Well, it's as simple as you check if there are other books on that exact same topic already selling. And you just go to Amazon, type in your topic, and see if there are other books selling. Well, what is considered selling, right? In my opinion, if those books have a BSR of less than 80,000, then I think that is a good enough sign. Because if it's around 80,000 BSR, you can conservatively assume that it's doing around $500 per month. So if you have other books doing $500 a month or more, I think that is a pretty good target. So if you can't find those books, right? Or if this is a brand new topic, then what you want to do is instead of checking for demand on Amazon, you can type the topic in on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and you want to see if there are videos on this exact topic trending, getting a lot of views, millions of views, right? Because even if the topic is brand new, there's no proof of concept on Amazon as a book. If there are other proof of concept in other channels and other medium, like, as a video, maybe if you convert that into a book, it might start selling on Amazon. So that was element number 1, the research. Second one is product. So this is what happens if you skip the product. So you did the research, right? Your book is in a high demand topic. You confirmed this and you are making sales because you're also marketing it. So you're hitting those 2 elements. But because you skipped the product, which means you created a low quality book, right? You didn't create a high quality product. Because you skipped that part, you didn't think it was important, so you just whipped up an AI generated or very low quality book. You published it. For that reason, even though in the short term, because it's in a proven topic, right? You're marketing it, you're making sales short term. But long term, your book dies off because it's low quality. It starts getting bad reviews and no one's gonna buy, once your average review is like 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 stars because it's not good. So cutting quality, skipping this step will kill longevity. So I was in this trap for a very long time. I was making 10K per month, but my income wasn't going up for 1.5 years because I was just pumping out books. Those books would die off because of bad reviews, and then I would just make a new one, and that's why my income was basically the same. And anyone spamming, 100% AI generated books or, low content journals, or basically anyone publishing 10 books a day, they're also falling into this trap. Like, look at this Venn diagram, AI generated for me. It's kind of off, right? The X is not even in the middle. So basically what I'm trying to say is AI is not 100% perfect. So if you're just copy pasting from AI, you're going to have these small errors, right? At the very least, maybe some major errors, and you're definitely going to get some bad reviews. It's actually so much better to make 10K per month from one book instead of 10K per month from 1,000 book, right? Trying to make $10 per book, and by publishing 1,000 book, you think you can get to 10K per month. Like, a lot of people take this approach. But this is actually not the most efficient way, and it's not the most safest way because you have a much higher chance of getting your account banned. Instead, what you want to do is slow down, focus on solving the customer's pain points, and actually making a book that can get organic 4 or 5-star reviews. And this is not actually hard, right? Even beginners can do that. A lot of people in my programs, they got started with Amazon KDP as an absolute beginner, and they're publishing books that gets hundreds of 4 or 5-star reviews, positive reviews, right? So if you know what you're doing, it is possible. And you don't have to be an expert in the topic either. You just need to slow down, research what the customers want, figure out their pain points, and you solve that in your book. Again, my students regularly get 100 to 200 reviews in their first couple months of publishing their books, so it's definitely possible. All right, so that's what happens when you skip the research, right? And that's what happens when you skip the product. But what happens if you nail the research phase and you nail the product? So you created a high quality product, but you don't do any marketing. Well, I think this is pretty easy, right? So your book is in a high demand topic. There's potential there because it's a high demand topic. People are interested in the topic. So you have a potential to make a lot of money here. You created a high quality product, high quality book in a high demand topic, which means that if only you can show your book to people, most likely they'll be interested because it's in a high demand topic and it's a good book, right? So you just got to show it to more people. But because you're not doing that, because you're not marketing it, you're not going to make any sales because no one will see it. And this is an absolutely crazy thing where so many people spend years, right, writing a book, hopefully it's on a good topic, this and that, but basically they spend years writing this book and they just upload it to Amazon, forget about it, hoping that Amazon will sell for them. Like, that makes no sense. If you invested that much time and effort, why not tell people about it? A lot of people say, oh, a good product sells itself. And that's honestly one of the stupidest things that I've ever heard of. As an example, right? My coaching program, Royalty Hero, you can look it up on Trustpilot right now. We have a 4.9 average rating out of 491 reviews, which is pretty damn good. This is pretty close to perfect in terms of rating, right? So we can safely assume that this is considered a great product. So if it's a great product, why am I here on YouTube literally talking about my coaching program every single time and every single video, and I'm over here showing up on YouTube and posting videos consistently, right? Why am I doing this? Because that is how I market my coaching program. If I don't do that, then I'm not going to make any sales, despite the product being really good. Like, my course is epic, right? Not even most books on Amazon is 4.9 average ratings. And yet, if I don't market, my product is not going to sell. So the biggest thing you have to understand is that marketing is part of life. It's part of business. If you don't do it, you're not going to make any money. It's not an option. It's not oh, I don't like marketing, so I'm not going to do it. It's not one of those things. You have to do marketing if you want to make money. It doesn't matter if you're in a high budget, if you're in a low budget, right? If you're in a high budget and you don't have a lot of time, you just run Amazon ads. If you're in a low budget, you don't want to spend money, or you don't have the money, but you have some time, you can create social media content, right? So there's ways to market your book either way, but you have to do it. It's just crazy that sometimes I get comments like this on my YouTube videos where people say, oh, Amazon KDP is a scam because you have to market your product in order to make sales. Like, it absolutely makes no sense. Only in Amazon KDP you hear that because people are so spoiled just by being on Amazon. Uploading your book on Amazon will make some sales for you, right? Because people are so spoiled for that fact that people think it's a scam if you have to start marketing your product. Like, in any other business, try telling people that this business is a scam because I have to do some marketing. Like, people are just gonna laugh in your face. So the bottom line is you need all three. You need the research, right? The research is to make sure your topic is something people want. You need the product. You need to create a high quality book that gets good reviews. And you need the marketing, actually telling people about your product. There are no excuses. You have to do all three. If you don't like that fact, then you shouldn't be building a business, because this is not just Amazon KDP. This is literally in every single business. In every single business, you gotta first make sure that people even want your product. You gotta make a good product, and you gotta do some marketing. That is just a fact of life. And if you don't like that, again, you should probably just get a job where you can do the bare minimum work and people can just tell you what to do so you don't have to think for yourself. Because I do believe that based on reading some of the comments that I get, some people just aren't cut out for entrepreneurship. If you're watching this video, and you're watching until this point, later on in the video, I do think you're cut out. I think you got it. But man, some of these people that are leaving those kind of comments, I don't know if they're cut out for it, to be honest. Entrepreneurship is hard, right? But it's very, very rewarding. We get paid well, right? Way more than what you would normally make in a job, because we are doing something that is hard, something not a lot of people are willing to do, not a lot of people can do, right? Because of that, we get paid a lot more than most people. All right, guys, that is the end of my rant. Hopefully it was helpful. I just wanted to really make this video to get people understand that you really need all three, because I keep seeing people make the mistake of either skipping research or skipping the product or skipping the marketing, something, but they're always missing one, and they're so close to succeeding, because if only can they nail the last missing piece, they have everything they need to succeed. So just keep this in mind. And final thing, again, if you want to check out my coaching programs, all the other tools and resources that I recommend, it is all in the description below. If you click on the first link in the description, it'll take you to a page like this. If you want to apply for a free strategy call to see if our coaching program is a good fit for you, you can just click here, apply. It is a free 30-minute call. You'll most likely be talking to one of our coaches. Our sales reps are actually real coaches for Amazon KDP, because they have succeeded in KDP themselves, right? So you'll be talking to them. Again, this is not a coaching call. It is a sales call to see if this program is a good fit for you, but at least it's going to be super chill because we don't do high pressure selling. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.